All right. So I've been really bad at updating. It's already Tuesday, and I haven't really done any updates. But I finished Girls of Paper and Fire, and I really liked it. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did because it has like super mixed reviews, but it was so good, and I'm excited to read the second one. So I'll probably pick that up at some point soon. But since I finished that, I am now reading. I took the cover off, but I'm now reading The Wicked Fox. And I know this had mixed reviews, but I'm like 60 pages in, and I'm enjoying this too. So far, so good. Like, so far, I've liked both books. I'm liking this one, and I'm halfway done with Warbreaker, and it's getting so good. Like, Sanderson books, okay, like, he's my favorite author. But Sanderson books, like, sometimes they take a little to start. So, like, it takes a little bit to, like, slowly move into it because of, like, his world building and stuff like that. But, man, once it gets rolling, it's rolling. And it's really cool because I have been enjoying it so much that I've been spending extra time on my bike. So I'm like, oh, I can do another chapter. Instead of like, I can do another couple minutes, it's like, I can do another chapter. So that helps me with my workouts. So, ooh, there's a bug. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to read more of The Wicked Fox and I'll update you. Hello. So I am off work. It is Wednesday and oh my God. I came to like just sit on my back porch for a little while before I make dinner, like I always do, and read. And it is like, it just started storming, which is kind of nice because I love a storm. Like, I'm from Florida, it storms all the time. I love hearing and watching a good storm. But then it kind of sucks because I'm like, damn, now the kids are stuck inside. But on another note, I ended up finishing The Wicked Fox last night. It was so good. I'm surprised that I liked it. Did y'all hear that? As much as I did. I went in with very low expectations because it had very mixed reviews, and like they compare it to a K-drama, and I've never seen I've never watched K-dramas. I don't watch a lot of like drama shows or anything like that. So I know it was like a little more romance heavy than I normally read, but y'all, it was so freaking fun. Like, I fell in love with the characters. Like, Ji-hoon is like my sweet little cinnamon roll. Like, he is just precious. And Mi Young, she was just like a really good protagonist. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this. There was even some twists that I didn't see. Like,
raining outside.
It's doing what?
Yeah.
It's raining?
Yeah.
Yeah. You eat your snacks?
Yeah.
He came out to tell us it's raining.
Uh-oh.
And it is raining.
Bear.
Such is the life of being a mom. I am never alone. But yeah, I really, really liked this. I'm excited to, I hear there's like a second book, or it might be a companion, but I think it's a second book coming out later this year, maybe? I think it's called Vicious Spirits. I saw it on Goodreads. I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but I saw it on Goodreads. So I'm excited for that because this was so good. Like, I'm just surprised I like it. So she is a half human, half gumiho, which is a nine-tailed fox demon that consumes the G, or basically like the life essence of men in order to survive. And she ends up saving the boy, Ji-hoon, and in the process, she loses her fox speed, which is basically her soul, and she has to like find a way to get it back in, and shenanigans ensue because apparently he and her end up going to the same high school, and it's just cute. Y'all, there's a lot of really good friendship in this book, and it's just good. It's just cuteness, and it was so easy to read. I read it in 2 days. This is one you should pick up. So this is the second book that I have finished for Asian Readathon. So what I thought I would do is pick up another book for Asian Readathon, because so far I finished Girls, Paper, and Fire and now Wicked Fox, which were both on my original TBR. But I just had the Dragon Republic come in from Amazon, finally, and I just can't wait. And it's the perfect time to read it because it's Asian Readathon, and obviously our Huang is Asian, and yeah, I want to read this. So I'm going to throw out the TBR and read this because I loved the Poppy War. The Poppy War was so good, and I need to know what happens next. And Burning God comes out later this year. So yeah, this will be book 3 for Asian Readathon. And I have another ebook that I want to read as well. So that'll make 4 books for Asian Readathon. Just in case you wanted to see this beautiful mid-May day thunderstorm here in Florida that my son came out to tell us about. Like, it's pretty, it's whipping. The the wind is not as strong as it was. It's actually dying down. Our storms don't last very long, usually. Like, these mid-afternoon, late-afternoon storms tend to, like, yes, there's an excavator in my yard still. They tend to just stop quickly as they begin. All right, I'm getting ready to start my nighttime bike ride, but I just wanted to show you I am almost 500 pages into Warbreaker, and I am obsessed. Like, things are happening that I didn't expect. Like, as per Sanderson, the characters are amazing. There's definitely twists and morally gray characters that I love, and y'all know I just love a Sanderson. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna love this one as much because I've heard people like love it, but then it's like not their favorite, and I don't know. I'm really enjoying Warbreaker. Like, I love Siri, and I love the other sister, and I love the God King, and Lightbringer is just my favorite. So yes, this has been so much fun. So I'm gonna read and see how far I get for my bike ride. Hello. All right, it is time to wrap up this week, and it was actually a really good reading week. I am super impressed with myself. I finished 3 books this week, y'all. That's impressive for me. And I started another one. So the first book I finished this week was Girls of Paper and Fire. I gave it 4 stars. This is such a fun read. I just loved it. It was so good. Like, it was unexpected, and I went into it knowing there was a lot of mixed reviews, and I just loved it. It was so good. I highly recommend picking this one up. It's got a really good female romance in it, and it's so good. There's definitely sexual assault trigger warnings in this book, but it's so good. Get this one. And then I finished my second book this week, which was also for Asian Readathon. And if I didn't mention it, Girls of Paper and Fire was for Asian Readathon as well. I also finished Wicked Fox by Ket Cho. Again, 4 stars. I loved it. This is another one that had like super mixed reviews, but I enjoyed it. Like, it was a little heavier on the romance than I normally read, but I went in knowing that. Like, I went in knowing that it was this kind of paranormal romance with like this like action subplot with a lot of K-drama aspects, and I'd never watched K-drama before, but I'm kind of interested in watching a K-drama now because this was compared to it so much. So I enjoyed this. And there's a second book that's coming out, I believe, this year. So yeah, this was really, really good. It was enjoyable. Pick this one up. I don't see the bad reviews. It's for me. I loved it. The last book that I finished is actually a Kindle book, and it's not an unlimited. It's one that I bought with credits that I had, and that is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, and I gave it 5 stars. Y'all, it's a Sanderson. Of course I gave it 5 stars. Like, it was so good. And I know it's a standalone, but there's like rumors of a sequel at some point, and if that could happen, that'd be great, because I need to know what happens next. Like, it was a really good standalone. It didn't leave me with a cliffhanger or questions. Like, I just want more. Like, this world was so good. The magic system in Warbreaker was so cool. And it was so cool since I've started Stormlight Archives to see little things. Like, and I heard that there's more in Words of Radiance that will tie back in, that you'll kind of see Easter eggs of in Warbreaker. And that's why I read Warbreaker before going on to Words of Radiance, because I've only read Way of Kings. So you can still, I already saw like tiny little Easter eggs that I'm like, ooh, that's, you know, obvious Cosmere tie-ins, because Sanderson does that. He does tie-ins with all his books, and it's not like you have to read them, but it's just like really cool tie-ins and Easter eggs. So definitely get Warbreaker. If you have not read Warbreaker, get it, because it's good. It's like 700 pages, but I read it while I was cycling, my daily biking, so now I need another ebook. And then the book that I started this week that I've not finished yet is Dragon Republic by R.F. Huang. This was, oh, this is throwing off that white. This was not originally on my TBR, but it came in the mail from Amazon, and I just had to pick it up. Like, I loved the Poppy Wars so much that I just needed to read this second book. And I understand people's gripes with these books. Like, they're not happy. Rin is unreliable, our main character. She's on the darker side of morally gray most of the time. Like, she means well, but she doesn't act well, and it's just, if you want someone you like a protagonist you love, like, Ren's not it, but I enjoy her so much because she's so complex. Like, all the characters in here are morally gray. A lot of them more towards the darker side of morally gray. So it's a dark book, and both of them are, and it's amazing, and I'm loving it so far. How many pages am I? 164 pages in, and yeah, so good. Can't wait. Burning God comes out later this year. I think October, November. So yes. And then I picked up a book. I was actually sent a book by the author, and that is the Super Secret book. And the author reached out to me on Instagram. Her name is TNN. And this is a self-pub debut novel, and it's like superheroes, and she asked if I wanted it, and I said yes, please send it over, I'll check it out. And the cover is really cool. I like it. I haven't read any into it yet, but I do plan on reading this because I want to read more self-pub books. All right, and that is my whole week wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.